Guys, I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the Automation Campaign, where in today's episode we are going to finish this little generation of cars we've got going on here. We will do that in essentially just making the next generation Utforska. Since this vehicle's been around for over 10 years now, I feel like it's only the right thing to do to actually do the next generation version of the Utforska. Then we will time-lapse it forwards a little bit to, I guess, 2006. And then, yeah, we'll have to look, because we kind of need some more efficient engines. It's something we need in the future, somewhere around 2012, 2013. We need some very nice efficient engines. And I do have an idea for it. I hate the idea for it, but a lot of companies have done it. I'm not going to say what it is, because otherwise you'll just be very unhappy in my comment section. But yeah, let's for the time being focus on the Utforska, and yeah, I think let's do the next generation Utforska. And to do that, we will have to use a vehicle that will do the job, which is going to be this thing. I do really like the way it looks though. It does look really nice. I think the wheels are a tiny bit big, but we can always make them a little bit smaller. But yeah, partial aluminium monocoque, corrosion resistant steel, all that good stuff, transverse engine, McPherson strap multi-link. Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty decent vehicle. So the only issue we have is that our 4-cylinder is not going to really do very much. We'll put the R1 engine into it, which is the 125 horsepower engine, but I can't imagine it doing that much. Yeah, so we'll do all-wheel drive, I guess, on all models, with an advanced automatic. It's 5 or 6 speed. We'll do a 6 speed, and I mean that's not very much of a top speed. We'll do a bit of overdrive, but yeah. So we'll have to use a manual locking diff. Radial tires, I guess. All-terrain tires. I'll do 5. We'll do 205s. 20. No wonder the wheels look so big. They were 20-inch rims. So that's about the size we're going to go for here. That seems like a somewhat realistic size. We'll go with alloy rims because they look nice. I'll go with a 1 piston for the time being on the front. But if that doesn't work out, then we'll do a slightly more off-road skid tray. We'll do 2 extra seats in the back. 2 nice full-size seats in the back with a standard everything. Actually, we are kind of a more premium vehicle. We'll do a premium CD. We'll do a nice premium. Or do we want to go premium and standard? I'll do that for the time being. We'll go with the electric power steering. We'll go with traction control and ABS. We will go with progressive gas monotube and... oh no, wait, we had semi-active, and we'll do off-road sway bars since this is an, in quotation marks, off-road car. And it appears we've made a normal car. I'm not too fussed about that. Power distribution, blah 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 blah. We'll do a more realistic sort of suspension tuning for off-road cars, and we do have a lot of load capacity, which is very nice. So let's make it roll a little bit more. And long story short, we have a pretty decent car here. We could increase the ride height a tiny bit to about 340mm, but that looks almost ridiculous, but we can work with it. And the front brakes, I mean they are tiny, so it makes sense. That's not good. That is, let's do 2 pistons. I'll get rid of some of the... oh, that is really not... we'll add some brake airflow for this, because we kind of need to at this point. Let's do about 50. Then we'll do 1 piston again. It should be able to be cool enough. Exactly. The rear brakes will be bigger, so we can reduce fade on that. And brilliant. So let's increase the force a little bit on the front. Reduce the force on the rear, and now we have a pretty decent suspension brake setup here. So yeah, I think this is alright. We've definitely made something usable here, so let's make it look like it's a good vehicle. And this is the final design that I've come up with, and honestly I'm not too upset with it. I do actually quite like it. It does follow the design patterns of our company quite well, but there is this really nice new grille texture that I literally generated just before the starting of this episode, and I'm absolutely in love with it. It looks amazing. Yeah, we're definitely going to use that a little bit more, I think, but yeah, I think this turned out really nice. I made a nice interior. We've got a somewhat decent looking rear end with that rather iconic now little plastic strip between the taillights on the SUV. So yeah, I think this turned out really good. So let's go and create the other variants and put them up for sale. And don't you worry, a pickup variant has also been made, and I think this looks almost even better than the SUV variant. I've decided to put the one with the cabin in here with the rear seats and make some really tiny rear seats in the Max, so that if more people want to join in on the adventure with this vehicle, they can. Alright, and as for the actual engineering, I am targeting a 48-month engineering time. So this car will release for 2006, which is in line with the other cars that we have, and I think that'll work out perfectly. And for the engines, we don't need to do anything there. For the factories, we can retool the Utforska factory, which is exactly what we want to do. And that way, we can... Well, the engine factories are beginning to get overworked now, so it looks like we might actually have to... what you call it? We might actually have to... Oh, and also I made a turbo variant of the pickup, because the pickup was one of the best-selling cars of the recent time of our company, so I decided let's make a turbo variant, which is going to be very exciting to drive, I hope. But yeah, so let's get to actually engineering this vehicle, like the factory. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with the way that it is. we are producing about 20,000 cars. Okay, that's a lot more than I expected, but I think it will sell very well. So let's increase the quality actually. So let's make sure that these cars come out in one piece and then complete the design. And yeah, I mean 800 million for the actual factory. I think 200 million for the design. So it'll cost around 1 billion to design and put this car into production. And for a start, this is looking amazing. Not sure what's happening here with that little dip after the second year, but let me just do some pricing and then, yeah. So I think the base model will be 15,000. The expensive model will be 16,500. Then the pickup variant will be 1,000 less on both. So I think that way we should be able to keep our cars in a good sort of light. We'll be selling cars for a nice big profit, because a minimum of 24% profit margin is amazing. And oh my goodness, that is a lot of profit that I'm looking at here, and I'm very much enjoying it. So immediately let's put this car into production, skip the years forward a little bit, so we end up we end up in 2006. I think that would be a good place to be. And yeah, a lot is happening. A lot is happening. So we've got the Utforska, we've got the Promote, we've got the Upart, we've got the VMR, the supercar, and then we've got the facelifted Crid. This is quite crazy. This car is still somehow making us a crazy amount of profit, as is the Utforska, so that'll carry us nicely until they come into production. And yeah, let's skip the time forward a little bit and see what comes of it. I mean, it was kind of obvious, wasn't it, that there would be a problem. 125 million to do some retooling and refreshing. I think with our 11.6 billion, we'll be fine. So I'm just finding it crazy how well this company is doing right now. It's just, the cars are selling and we're still making a profit despite having, what, like 4 or 5 cars in engineering right now. It's just, my mind can't process it. So let's just pay it out in full and get on with the time lapse anymore. I'm just so happy, man. One, yes, before you say anything, I did forget to begin recording again on the second part of that time lapse. And 2, something bad has happened. I have no idea what, and I'm very scared because all of a sudden we lost 750 million in 1 month due to the old promote. I am assuming it's got to do something with the factory, considering that we have a factory issue here. I'm scared to look at it. 150 million. I mean, it's okay. We will happily pay that. But I have no idea why this car has suddenly lost us so much money. I have a feeling it's because we had a lot of minus stock on the car, and that's what caused this loss. If that's the case, we are going to lose probably billions on this Crid, because it appears that this car is so loved that we can't keep up with demand. Which, in turn, I should be increasing the price to make sure that we make more profit out of it to the capacity that we can produce them. But it's a bit late now. it's a bit late now. So I'm scared. So let's continue this time lapse and hopefully we won't lose too much. It has literally been 1 month. 1 in-game month. And we have another higher retooling cost. Yes, we'll pay the 140 million. At this point, if another retooling thing pops up, I'm just going to skip through it in the time lapse, because this is going to be very annoying for you guys to be listening to music and then suddenly my voice pops up and ruins everything. It is what it is. I can't really change it. So let's see what comes of it. And yeah, it looks like we're making profit. So let's see if it stays that way. And all of the cars have now been put on the market, and I don't think I've ever seen so much profit in 1 month as this. I know it may not be a lot to some of you guys who are very good at the campaign, but 350 million. That's like over a third. In 3 months, we'll be making 1 billion. That's 4 billion a year in profit. That is just ridiculous. I can't believe it. Oh, this is amazing. But yeah, so what the plan is now, I'm not entirely sure if the next episode will run the way I think it will, but next episode we're going to do the facelifting of engines and creating a new line of engines that are even more economical than the ones we already have. And then we'll get to replacing all these vehicles, or at least doing the facelift of the Utforska, the Promote, the Upart. I don't know whether I want to do a facelift of it just yet. I think this is one of those cars I'm going to let sit for a little bit to sell for a while, and then I'll do a small minor facelift to keep it interesting and blah blah blah. The VMR, I'm pretty much just going to leave that, I think. I don't think I'm going to do anything with it. I don't particularly want to facelift it because that's just going to cost way too much money. And the Crid, well, we're on the second generation, the first facelift of the Crid, so we will make a new one. And for that, we're going to need that new engine I was talking about. And yeah, I think things have gone very, very well. I am very, very happy with the way that things have gone so far. So yeah, let's take these cars into BeamNG and see how they drive. Well, look at what we have here. We have a Turbo Utforska, the next generation, in fact, and it does look really good in this game, honestly. I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. And yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of off-road driving and to see if it actually is any good off-road. And because this map is primarily an off-road map, we will use this map to do some, hopefully, off-roading, if I can find a road to do so. It appears that we'll take a shortcut. Hold on, let's take a little shortcut over here. Let's see if this works. And so far, everything's great. A little bit of scratching, but that's fine. Let's give a bit of throttle, see what happens. And I have a feeling we're going to do a lot of wheel spinning because our diffs are still open, all 3 of them. So let's see if this actually does anything. And so far, I'm impressed, very impressed. Let's do this corner here. Yeah, I'm okay. Very impressed. I mean, this is the turbo variant. This is the very quick variant. So I say very quick. It's not very quick. It's heavy, but it'll do the job. And so far, it is doing the job. Why? I rarely build off-road cars, as I probably said in the previous episodes. So this is it always comes to a shock to me as to how good some of the vehicles can actually be. Because I mean, I don't really know what's good in off-roading. I just know you need to you just need to keep going through some hard terrain, and so far it's holding up quite nicely. Yeah, I'm really liking this vehicle. This is so much fun. Oh, and you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to lock all the differentials. That way, we will be able to do some nice little power slides around the corners if we turn off the traction control, which is what I'm going to do right now. Oh, there's an off-road traction control setting. Okay, let's go. Oh, we've got a little bit of turbo noises, some afterfire, some backfire, and I don't know where I'm going. Oh, nearly flipped it. This is a lot of fun, actually. I've always enjoyed rallying, but this is an SUV, and can we get it back on the wheels? You know, I'm going to go to manual mode and select the gears manually. Ooh, ooh. Why is this so much fun? Someone needs to explain to me how I'm enjoying this. It's a massive SUV with a 1.6 litre turbo engine, but I'm having so much fun. I really would love to do a rallycross event someday. That seems like something I would really enjoy doing. Could theoretically get a rallycross car made, I guess. I think that would be fun, turning one of our cars into a rallycross car. Oh, I'm having some... Oh, we're going downhill a little bit. Brake. Try not to flip. And we bent the front wheel. This is a lot of fun. You know what would be even more fun is driving the turbo pickup off road. I feel like this is going to be incredible. So let's put it in everything to make sure it is as fun as possible off road. Put it in sequential mode so I don't have to bother too much about gears, and lock all the diffs and all that good stuff, and just send it. Actually, let's have a look at how it is off road. I remember from a long time ago that this was an off road section, like a sort of a rocky section. So let's see how it does. And I absolutely love watching the suspension work on cars in this game. It's so satisfying. So let's have a look here. And not great. We're already beached. But it's okay. We can drive around this way. I remember there being more rocks. Wasn't there more rocks? Let's go up here and... Ah! It appears that I have found a rather steep little section over here. Let's see how it does. And I've got to say, it's handling this beautifully. Okay, with the like little minor rocks like this car is okay, scraping a little bit, but it's handling them very nicely. Come on, don't let me down now. I've just said so many nice things about you. That's a lot of rock. That is a lot of rock. Right, let's see. Can we make it down here on one piece? And more importantly, I want to see if I can go back up it. So let's scrape our way down it. This is a lot of fun. Just scraping the bottom of our car open. Right, let's see if it actually can get back up. Do you think we can make it? I think we can. So let's have a look. So I think it'll mainly be down to making... I wish I had like a low range gearbox. I don't know where that has gone, but I'm assuming it's like a different... Oh, I put four-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive onto it. All-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive. That makes a lot more sense now. That was my mistake. I've just realised it, but... While I've been chit-chatting about the mistakes I've been making, it has been doing quite well. It's always just as I say something when something happens, but it is taking these roads really nicely, actually. Oh, can we make it up the steep hill? How dare you? Okay. Oh, no problems here. Look at that. It is as if I've made this vehicle good off-road. Oh no, I've got a bit wide. That's a rock. Right, let's push this car a little bit more and then see if it actually sets a good lap around the track. I feel like it will, but it'll be very understeer, I think, because I've got some, I believe, all-terrain tires on this, so it'll be an experience. Let's put it that way. And let's see if we can make this. There'll be a corner coming up right here. Are we gonna make this? Turning circle on this is rubbish. Absolutely horrendous. Oh no, I'm not making that. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. And downhill. And through this little left-hander, right-hander, wrong way around, other left. Let's go right again and see. Oh dear! Oh, we're back on our wheels. Oh, I appear to have hit something. No biggie though, we're back on our wheels, back on track, and driving like an absolute maniac. Oh my goodness, it's fast. It's very fast. It's very fast. Oh no. Oh, this is not the way I intended to go, but sure. Okay. Let's see if we can get down in reverse. This car is just being destroyed by me. Right, let's give it a little reset and see if it's actually any good on road. We are going the wrong way, but yeah. It is very quick. That engine is a lot more powerful than you expect it to be from a 1.6 litre. And it grips quite nicely as well. I'm quite surprised. My goodness. Yeah, I'm very surprised right now how good this car is driving. I was expecting to have had an accident by now, and just as I say it, nope, somehow it survives everything. Oh, will it survive a trip into the ocean? Indeed it will. And here's the time trial place. So let's get a little time trial set up, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. Okay, ready to go, and drop. Launches really nicely once if you actually get a good launch, and it climbs through the gears really quickly, thanks to 250 horsepower and 311 newton meters of torque. Huge jump. Oh my goodness. Brake a lot for this corner. Try not to flip it. That corner will always catch you out if you aren't concentrating on what you're doing there. Cut both corners a little bit. Perfectly done. And brake just before we get to this because I don't really trust this vehicle's turning. So braked a lot earlier than we should have done, and it was still too late. Oh yeah, stop braking in the middle, but yeah, let's see what we can do here. The tunnel's coming up. I'm going to slam on the brakes for this because this tunnel, the radius of this tunnel is a lot tighter than it looks. So yeah, this is the scary part for me. I don't know where I'm going here. Well, not really. I know it keeps going left and then it goes straight. Somehow took that really nicely. This truck is a lot easier to drive than you'd think it would be, because you'd think, oh, it's going to have all the weight up front. It's going to be very scary on throttle with 250 horsepower, but honestly, it is very drivable. Literally my second attempt, and I think we might have done it. I need to stop talking nicely about something because it always ends up nearly getting ruined or being ruined. But yeah, somehow managed to do a 1 minute 32. Not sure where all my other attempts have gone, but I believe that is very quick. I think the last car we did was in the 120, so yeah, that is fast, very fast. Oh, it appears that we're on the beach yet again. But yeah, I'm going to end the episode here. It has been an absolute pleasure making this for you again. Next episode, I feel like I'm going to disappoint a lot of people, but it has to be done. And yeah, no, I won't. I'll make sure it's a fun episode like I always do. So yeah, I hope you guys have had an amazing time watching this video. I've had an amazing time making it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. And bye bye.